ghost dance protect. Like the ghost dances, like if they're up, I can tank the first one with like no problem. The second one, actually, I have to life flask because we do get CD on me. Obviously, we can't touch the beam. Hey, he didn't say die. Yo, he didn't say die. That's bullshit. Did you hear die for that beam? I didn't hear die. He's cheating. Or do you have to... I thought he always says die. Fucking buggy ass fight. Fucking buggy ass fight. Like, I didn't hear it die when he did that beam. Yo. Look at this. Ghost shrouds. Yeah, when the ghost shrouds are down, I actually have to like flask up because it can get through. But as long as ghost shrouds are up, we're good. Ghost shrouds are so fucking tanky. That and plus suppression. Yeah, let's just kill him. GG. Last, we run away. But yeah. Alright. Let's finish this shit. What do we got? Last wave. Nice, we didn't get any chaos. Res. Alright. Oh shit, we shouldn't be using Bottle of Faith. Fine. Should have Quicksilver instead, honestly. Fine, I guess. Beauty will grow from your remains. Ball of Grace. Yo, we gotta separate the bosses out. No, stop fucking hugging each other again. Why do they have to hug each other? Like, we want a one-on-one this evasion. Like I said, we get an evasion tank like you saw, right? But we want a one-on-one because if we fight both at the same time, the evasion like gets... We can get fucked like too easily, I think. Yeah, they fucking hugging each other in the corner. Why? Yo, Omnia, up here. Omnia, come up here, please. No, don't, not down there. I know he can one-tap me, almost. Almost, that's why we... There, nice. That's why we're not blood raging. If I lose my ES, I think he can one-tap me. It's close, it's very close. Alright, Omnia dead. Fuck you, bitch. Alright, let me get back flask. We just have Kostas down there, and then we're done. Wave 30. Let me wait for the Bottle of Faith. Alright, let's go. Where is he? Oh, he's doing his stupid thing. Don't do that. Melee me. Melee. Not that. Melee me. This is how we want it. We want this. We need heal. Okay, now we're good. Now we're really good. That's what you do. Fucking do the beam. Do the fucking beam. No, not that. That wave thing can kill me for sure. It's not one tap, but it's like that plus a follow-up. Like, on average, I think it's almost impossible for him to melee me to that. Like here, we need to get back my flask. Like, that's the shitty thing about Poisonous Concoction, right? If we get a super tanky boss like that, I actually use up all my life flasks if I keep attacking. That's fine here. Yeah, do your beam. Do your beam. Die while you do your stupid beam. Yeah, melee. Oh, wow. Don't burn me. Alright, let's go over my skill gems and gear really quickly. So in my helmet, I have an enhanced support with Divergent Plague Bearer, which gives us damage over time from poison while we're infecting. So we try to keep that up all the time. We have Blood Rage. Quality gives it more attack speed. And finally, Flame Dash, which is our movement skill. And quality gives cooldown reduction for that. For our shield, we're using a Socketed Mana Reservation mod. And we have my auras, Grace with Fall Grace, Malevolence, and Herald of Agony. The anomalous quality gives you a chance to wither when it hits. As far as the main gems, it's just Poisonous Concoction, Greater Volley, Anomalous Great GMP. This is important because it gives us 20% mana cost reduction, which actually does help a lot. Awakened Void Manip, Awakened Vicious Proj, and Awakened Unbound Ailments. For the gloves here, we have Defiance Banner, just for some evasion, mostly. We have Phantasmal Ancestral Protector, just for some attack speed buffs. Withering Touch, so it does give some wither stacks once attacking. We have Precision to cap out my accuracy. We have Immortal Call here, and cast when damage taken with increased duration, and finally Anomalous Withering Step. This is very important because this gives us 9 withers when I press it at 6.3 seconds. So you try to keep this up on the boss and you should have full stacks of wither if you can keep it up. Alright, let's go over the gear. So the increased area enchant is, I found it's the best one probably. It just makes it easier to shotgun more on bosses. You can, on average, if you aim correctly, probably around 7 hits, maybe 9, depending on the hitbox and if you aim right on target. But 7 should be like on average for the hits. The most important mod here is the negative chaos resistance and increased duration while focused. This makes your poisons last a lot longer, so you can do more damage. And the -9 is really important for bossing. That's like 10% more damage almost, just for the -9. The amulet here is just chaos damage over time and +1 to dexterity gems. It's slightly better than +1 to chaos gems because Grace over here gets +1, so a little bit more evasion. But nothing too special into that. It also has Whispers of Doom because we are double cursing. As far as the ring on the left, it's just life, accuracy, and despair on hit. The ring on the right is accuracy, life, and resist. We do have 1 minus mana cost enchant. Helps keep the mana cost of Poisonous Concoction down because it does have pretty high mana cost with GMP and volley. In my gloves, we have Asenath's Gentle Touch. This is just helps with clear a little bit, but mostly it's for the temp chains. The temp chains make your poisons last longer, so you actually do a lot more damage if the fight goes on very long. Plus, defensively, it slows down enemies, right? And it's just has good stats, life, and int, which we need. I do switch to a pair of gloves here that have life, temp chains on implicit, temp chains on hit, and suppression because this doesn't quite cap out my suppression for boss fights, so I put this on for Sirus just to cap out my suppression. And for the belt, we have a Stygian with chaos damage, life, and resist. It also has the enchant withered enemies take -6 resist. That's actually very strong. It's almost 2/3 of this, the -9 to chaos. This one, if you can get the base, just try to get the base enchant and try to craft it yourself. It shouldn't be too hard. Just spam essences is what I did. Like fire, cold, chaos essences until you get some good resistance to 1 life or something like that. And then I slammed it with a Hunter Exalt. We got chaos damage, but you could have also gotten maximum life %, right? Which is also good. As far as the boots, it's just your basic resist boots. It has onslaught on kill, and it has avoid ailments, just to cap out my chill and freeze avoidance. And yeah, I forgot about chest. The chest, the main mods are just life resist, and you do need the Graficius mod, 10% life as the maximum ES. That gives us like most of my ES. If we take it off, see that? We only down to 360 ES. And it has some suppression. For the shield, it's mostly life resist and the socketed reservation, just to keep the auras in there. Alright, let's go over to flask. The flask, this is the best life flask you can get for this build. Saturated Divine, you want one of these. I added Corrupted Blood for bleed. You can have anything you want on the suffix, honestly, it doesn't matter. As far as this flask, we have a Quartz Flask, reduce the effect of curse, so we're almost immune. We have 20% flask effect, so we're about like 75% reduced curse effect, which is very strong. And permaphasing, which is why I have this flask mostly. Permaphasing and helps cap suppression. This is just a Quicksilver. Taste of Hate, really strong. I think it's about 17% fizz that's taken as cold, which helps mitigate the fizz. Also helps cap my cold res. And yeah, keeps the chilled and frozen avoidance at 100%. Alright, we have the Jade Flask right here. It's just lots of evasion. That's it, just lots of evasion. With this, I have, reused that end of flask for all my flasks. Usually you can have pretty high uptime. This one, Taste of Hate's perma uptime, without any mods really. This one and this one have like 80% uptime in boss fights, but they do go down eventually. And that's it for my gear. Alright, let's go over the skill tree very quickly. As far as the Ascendancy goes, first point would go Master Toxicist. You get this because it gives Poison Prolif, which makes the act clears very fast. You'll get extra EXP just from the Poison Prolif, killing like stuff that as you like run past them. Second, I would probably get Nature's Boon. I just like this because I could like to keep up my Quicksilver Flask, like always up during the acts. Third, Nature's Reprisal, and last, Nature's Adrenaline. Alright, as far as the skill tree goes, we start out at the beginning. We go down here for life. We got this life node. We're going here because I do want to save 1 point where my tree's very like tight. We don't have that many points to spare. So going like here saves 1 point from the evasion nodes. So we go up here, we grab this life node. We have this suppression. This one can be switched out. We just have this to cap our suppression, but if you find suppression somewhere else on your gear, you can probably drop these two. They're just for me. We go down here to claw node. Why do we have a claw node? It does give us poison chance on the hit, poison duration, and poison dot multi. But most importantly, you get this claw mastery. That means bosses that get poisoned by you can't crit you, which is very strong for defense. Go down here, another poison node, and we have poison duration mastery. Down here, we got this life node, we got plus 50 life mastery, and these help cap out my avoidance for freeze and chill. Also gives us some shock and ignite avoidance. Right here, just value, suppression, life, evasion. Grab this wheel, you got the 10% max life. We do lose the recovery, but I think it's worth it. We're a little bit starved on life on this side of the tree, right? Grab this poison node. The poisons inflict 20% faster. This is actually the same amount of DPS in the end, but it's actually faster DPS if the poison does not last the full duration. So when you're clearing, once you get strong enough, this is actually 20% more damage while mapping because everything dies before you get the full duration poison. And also particularly for fights like Sirus, you never get full duration because he's always going to go immune and your poisons drop off while he's doing a move. So it's actually 20% more damage for fights like that, where there's a lot of phases and the boss is like jumping around so you don't get full duration poison. So we have a jewel here. We have spell suppression, 2% suppression extra. You could also use 10% for evasion if you have the right gear for it. 10% more suppression chance. I used that at one point, but I switched it over to this. So we go here to the left. I need this strength just for my mostly increased duration. I wanted to keep up my withering step at full max, was it? Increased duration, like level 20 gem. Get this life wheel. The mastery is Grace Reservation. We'll go over here, get the jewel. This is how we sustain my life flask. We get these 3 nodes, so that's 3 life flasks every 3 seconds, plus some flask gain charge, 25%, so it's actually a little bit more. And then for the mastery, I chose utility flask to keep the high uptime on that. This is just a reservation node, reservation, mastery. Go up here, we got this chaos node, some chaos resist, and withered effect for more damage. One up here, life. Grab this node to get some int. And some int here. And we grab this damage over time and skill effect duration. So let's go up here. We have this poison node again. We get 300% for the first poison on non-poison enemies. Really good for poison prolif and also great for bosses, honestly. The first poison does help like 300% more. Does help a bit more damage, right? This is where we get our leech from. 1% attack, 1% mana. This is a good spot for me. I had money for a natural instinct. You get a bunch of dex, a bunch of int, 30 life gain on kill, and 30 ES gain on kill, some life, some accuracy, some chance to hit. With a crit chance, chaos res, mana. Just a good spot for it. We have Ghost Dance, which is part of our defenses. Very strong. And we finally have some life and ES hybrid nodes up here. Alright, so the cluster jewel is very important right here. This single cluster jewel is probably like 25 to 30% of our damage. Adds a lot of damage. So as far as the large cluster, you want 8 passive. You want chaos damage. We went for touch of cruelty. Hindered enemies take 10% more. Very high uptime because we almost always hinder the enemy because we attack pretty fast. We have Wicked Paw, some duration, but mostly a 30% chaos damage, and then Unholy Grace, which is chaos damage and attack speed. So for the medium clusters, you want to get chaos damage over time, but if you can't afford it, you can also get just a regular chaos or regular damage over time. I think it's 10% instead of 12%, but you're only getting 1 node, so it's pretty minor. So I opted out for Flow of Life, just for more tank. It gives some damage too, and then Circling Oblivion over here, just more damage, and then duration of poisons. We also have a Watcher's Eye. The best Watcher's Eye for the build is probably this one that has Malevolence, damage over time. Over here we have a same medium cluster, but one notable is different, Eternal Suffering. This means, was it 50% of the time when you hit, you will wither the enemy for 2 seconds. And since we're attacking pretty fast, we should be able to stack up 5 withers on the enemy almost always. And then you do Withering Step on top for 9, and you'll be up to 14. Plus whatever like withers from my Anomalous Herald of Agony and my Ancestral Protector. If they can apply any, we can cap out withers at 15 pretty easily. This is also pretty good for clear because while you're clearing, you're obviously not going to have Withering Step up you're not gonna have Withering Step up all the time, so this just adds withers while you're clearing on the map. Just mostly for the rares, if they survive 1 or 2 hits. Just Flow of Life, and then the jewels. The jewels are actually pretty strong. I got this one. This is a 4 prop one, pretty expensive. If you don't have the money, I would just get like 2, 3 prop ones. Shouldn't be too hard. There's a lot of mods that you can use basically. Just aim for life. You got chaos damage, chaos.multi, and increased poison. There's also poison duration, faster. It was ailments inflict X amount faster, right? Which is good for like clear and for certain fights like Sirus. You can also get attack speed while using a shield. And yeah, there's a bunch of mods. I think there's generic damage over time multiplier. There's a bunch of mods you can look for. This is probably the best one you can get as far as pure damage. We only have one of those. Like my other jewel is Yeah, we have attack speed here. This is just a 3 prop one. But even a 3 prop one is very strong. This is what? Almost 7% my damage for just a 3 prop. Yeah. And then this one's, yep. That one's a 4 prop also, but yeah. These jewels, very important. Try to get really good, at least 3 prop ones for your build. Other than that, that's it for the skill tree. If you have any questions, you can message me in Discord or my Twitch channel. I'll leave you guys with a kill of the feared at the very end, and that's it. Thanks for watching the video. Let's kill, shit. Oh, this is just Uber Elder. Slaps. Kill him first.
My mana is gone.
I have to kill Shaper actually. He's making Arena like a shithole. Alright. Who's in here? She. Dodge. I'll kill Aziri and Shaper at the same time. Okay. I'll kill them both at the same time. Right, she's dead. Shaper's dead. Good shit. Vortex is alive, but he's annoying by himself. Dash. Missed a slam. Clean kill coming in. Out the middle. Deathless. Easy.